Keep in mind, the market is always changing. I always kind of use this joke. It's like the wheel in Game of Thrones. You know, that's the stock market. It just grinds on, but it's always changing. And I'm not going to be Chicken Little. I'm not going to scare you. Okay, we're coming out of, and I think we're still in the middle of the wildest stock market in history in 2020 and 2021. But at some point, the market's going to shift. And today, I'm going to tell you what to look for and also how to continue to make money when the market shifts. Hey everyone, lead trainer with Stocks to Trade, Tim Bowen here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. And also, hit your notifications. If you're on YouTube, ring that bell. If you're on Facebook, you can turn on your notifications. Facebook or Instagram, I already said Facebook, but turn on your notifications and ring that bell because we're doing so much these days. We're doing these how-to videos, short podcasts, long podcasts. I go live every single day in the pre-market prep, 8:30 Eastern. So I want you to have those notifications on to know when the latest videos drop or when we go live. All right. That being said, let's get to work. Okay, a little bit of context. I work with a small group in the Steady Trade team, a mentorship program. You can click that link below to check it out. I would love to work with you, mentoring you and trading. But I started actively day trading 2007. Started mentoring in the Steady Trade team in 2016. And man, I still remember doing those early webinars. 2016 was wild, versus I always talk about the dark days of day trading. That was that kind of 2012 to 2015 window when the short selling was crazy hot. I was a 90% short seller from 2007 to 2012. Then kind of all the big moves dried up. I mean, remember, to be a short seller, you need big moves to the upside so that you can profit on the downside. And things just really dried up for years. 2016 got way more active. I'll always remember the very first day of Steady Trade Team, a webinar, very first webinar I ever did. TCCO was a low float stock that ran 1,000% by 9:45. I mean, incredible mover. I still remember on that webinar, I was like losing my mind about how amazing this was. Fast forward to 2020, and that was just every day. I mean, not 1,000%, but hundreds of percent was just every day. Once we got commission-free trading, all of the phone apps, and then the big change was the shutdown in spring of 2020 when everyone was stuck inside, sports went away, you get Dave Portnoy and everybody's a day trader. And since then, fast forward to now, I'm now recording in spring of 2021, roughly a year after the shutdown. And, for an entire year, the volume, a billion, we would have multiple low price stocks trading 1 billion shares. We would have multiple low price stocks up 2, 3, 4, 500%. Heck, today we had a 800% OTC runner. So they're still out there. But what I want to talk about is when that changes. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to be Chicken Little. The sky is falling. But the simple reality is, hopefully, we'll see if this holds, but the shutdown restrictions are starting to loosen. The vaccine's getting out there. People are starting to travel more. And ultimately, listen, we're coming up on summer. I'm recording this in April. It'll probably publish in late April or May. I mean, we're getting into summer there. People tend to get outside more, and I think people are going to get outside doubly so in the summer of 2021 because, again, we were all stuck in last summer, and people are ready to get out. You get your vaccination, you get out, you can see people, you can do things, you can go to the park, you can go to the bar, you can go to the coffee shop. So I think there is a good chance that things are going to contract, not totally go away, but slow down in summer. Now, that has been the normal, okay? So the reason I'm talking about this is if you think about back when I got started day trading, again, normally summers were always slow. People just do more in the summer, especially if you're in a northern climate like me. I mean, something that I always say, if you want to truly appreciate 75 degrees and sunny, spend a winter in Michigan or Minnesota or Wisconsin or or North Dakota, and you'll appreciate those 75-degree and sunny days, because in northern Michigan, we get about, 8 weeks of summer, and that's about it. So summer has always historically been slow, and I think we're going to see double that because people are ready to get out and do things. And I hope we can get out and do things. As much as I've enjoyed this wild ride, I actually look forward to maybe a little bit slower market. I've told this story on the podcast, the Steady Tribe podcast, many times. Even with the shutdown order last summer, many of you, if you know my bio, I'm a weekend handyman. I like to do stuff myself. I like to landscape. I like to build things. With the shutdown order, couldn't do anything, couldn't travel anything. Summer 2020 was my least productive summer ever when it comes to stuff around the house, because I was at this computer, no joke, 16 hours a day, because we had pre-market runners. We had stocks start running at 4 a.m. pre-market all day long, after hours runners. I mean, you couldn't walk away because there were so many trades. All right, done scaring you. So how do we evolve? How do we trade this? How do we continue to grow our accounts, continue to make money, continue to learn? Let's talk about that. So the biggest things I want you to focus on is, number one, just realize that I think we're going to revert to the mean. You're going to have to be a little more diligent. Okay, you're going to have to really fill out those sheets like I talk about in the Steady Trade team. I think we're going to have a lot of morning gappers that either fail or go sideways. So I want you checking all those boxes, okay? I want you making sure, because again, in 2020, man, it was a lot of just throwing darts. You throw 8 darts and you were right 7 out of 8 times. I mean, you didn't have to do as much due diligence as you used to. And I think we're going to revert back there, and you're going to have to make sure you're really checking those boxes, okay? What is the chart? Is it a good chart? I mean, we had a billion disaster charts that would run all day in 2020. I think that's going to go away. You're going to see stocks hit resistance and fail. So you got to look for those clean breakouts. You got to read the contract. There's been a lot of headline reading over the last year. I know a lot of traders that have done well just reading the headline. From now on, you actually got to read that press release or read that filing. You're going to have to put in that work and check all of those boxes. So, number one, that's it. Make sure you're checking those boxes. Number two, know that, you're going to have to focus on the highest volume plays, because the volume's going to go away. No doubt. It's always going to go away. And if you're not filtering by the highest volume play, if you think some of these stocks that are trading a couple million shares in pre are going to light up at the market open like they have been, probably not going to happen. You're not going to see something go from 1 million shares in pre to trading 400 million on the day. So, run your filters. Stocks to Trade is great for that. And look at those highest volume stocks. And then the last thing that it might aggravate you, might frustrate you, you might not like this, but I'm telling you, this is probably the biggest thing. Only hot sector plays, okay? And, again, and I know I've said it a million times, 2020, anything. I mean, you could have a coffee company run, a water bottle company, a hat company, all in the same day. Okay, completely disparate sectors, nothing connected, and they in 4 or 5 different sectors, and they'd all go 300%. It's not going to happen in the summer. Okay, you need something to get people excited about, and if you're trading outside of hot sectors, you're going to get stopped. You're going to get frustrated, because you'll see some big gainer on some BS press release, and you'll think, it doesn't matter what the PR is. It doesn't matter what the sector is. Everything runs. Not going to happen. So focus on those hot sectors. I think we're going to have EVs come back. We've talked about like psychedelics, battery plays, cryptos. We've got no lack of hot sectors. NFTs is one right now. But also recognize tomorrow, and maybe for a week, there may be no hot sector. And you have to just realize that those are the days or the weeks that you dial things back, study, watch your webinars, watch these YouTubes, read your books, You know, if you're in a mentorship program like the Steady Trade team, watch archive webinars. Always be studying, always be diligent. But if there's no hot sector going on, and I think we may go a week or so without anything, unlike 2020 through to, you know, spring 2020 to spring 2021. That's the way it used to be. I mean, I think back to the olden days, and, you know, everyone remembers Dries and the shipper run. That was an incredible hot sector, but then we went months with nothing. Doesn't mean there's no trades, but that the high probability setups were so fewer and far between. And as a new trader, which is who you are if you're watching this video, I assume, and you'll hear me say this a million times, don't underestimate the value of staying out of trouble, okay? Because if you got a $2,000 account and there's nothing ideal out there, you know, and you're losing 100, 200, 100, 200, 300, 400, because you're just forcing things, I mean, it doesn't take long to grind that $2,000 account down to a $400 account, and you know, then you don't have buying power to trade anything. So write that down. Remember that. Never underestimate the value of staying out of trouble, particularly with a small account. I mean, listen, if you're trading with 10 million bucks and you lose, as long as you're keeping your losses small, you're still around because you got 10 million bucks. But it doesn't matter. I mean, if even if you keep your losses small, which is rule number one, if you got a $2,000 account, 100, doesn't take long to grind that account into oblivion. Check your boxes, highest volume plays, and hot sectors. And at the end of the day, I know you don't want to hear this. I know everybody wants to double their account, and everyone wants a Lambo, and everyone wants a Ferrari, and everyone wants a yacht and a villa in France. But we can also enjoy the outside, time with family and friends, okay? So remember that. If it does get slow this summer, which I think it will be slower, take advantage of the time. You've been locked up for a year. See your friends. Get out. Spend some time with the family. Travel. The stock market will always be here. And I think, to me, ideally, I would love to just see a super slow summer. And I know what you're going to say, but I would love to see that, because that way when we come back in the fall, kids are back to school, everyone's done with vacations, we're going to rip it off, rip through, because there's still so many day traders out there. There's still so much interest in finance. So I started with a Game of Thrones reference, and I'll end with one. I think winter is coming to a certain extent, even though it's summer, kind of inverse. But anyway, I think the winter of day trading is going to come, but enjoy it. You know, read some books, have some fun, keep learning, and then get ready for fall and focus on those three things I told you to focus on. All right, everyone, have a great day. If you like these videos, if you like the podcast, if you like pre-market prep, as always, check out Steady Trade Team. I've done 2,500 webinars. I love working with you, and we'll work through this slow summer together.